All right, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. That's right. You may have read the title and the description. Today we have a special guest on. So before we bring him on, just let's go over some ground rules. Let's be nice. Let's be kind. He's a little nervous. He had like a long list of demands of everything that he needed done before, and a certain list of topics that we cannot discuss. So I don't want anyone to bring up anything about his BBL. Let's not bring up the fact that people say he like talks like an AI, or people think he's just an AI. He really doesn't like when we talk about that. He really also doesn't like all the rumors with, let's just, any rumors you've heard about him, let's just not bring him up. Let's be super polite and kind to him, please. So today we're going to be talking about some lender horror stories. I brought up a bunch of articles and a bunch of forum posts and just like terrible stories and that people have posted online. And I want to kind of just hear his thoughts of what was going on behind the scenes, or what he thinks at least, and just kind of like make this fun but educational for you guys, because truth be told, BBL aside, when it comes to anything mortgage, lending, home buy, there's a lot of people putting out videos when even there's nothing to post. This guy is the only person you should be listening to when it comes to lending, okay? Period. That's all. I will always say that 100% of the time. Now, without further ado, let's bring on BBL Kyle himself. There he is.
Wow, got all glazed. Oh no, not the soundboard. I can't hear it.
You can hear it?
No, I can't. So anything you do, any goof you try to throw in here, I'm immune to it.
He already showed me the photos that he has ready to go, so I'm gonna do. So first of all, do a quick test. Is there no delay or anything from your guys' end? I will make sure there's no echo on his end. We're using Streamlabs OBS, and it's like a new feature. So what's up, man? Rolling Restorgi says, "Let me stop you before you say glaze, brother." What?
I like the heavier Vidana and
heavier. Wow.
To really get that,
heavier can be good or bad though, but that's like a good one.
I know, when I first saw it, I was like, "Ooh, that's kind of rough." You're what I mean.
No, but we see Kyle C Gaines. I like Kyle C Gaines a lot.
C Gaines is pretty nice,
dude. Sweet.
And my BBL is migrating, so I do. There's a GoFundMe in the description to fix the BBL.
How does it migrate? Is it gonna go to your lower back, and then you're gonna have like a humpback, like by the end of the day?
No, it doesn't go up. It goes down. That's a real problem. You aren't familiar with the. I'm 60% sure.
Wait, can I Google it? Should I look it up?
I'm not gonna fact check.
Was it called migrating?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can migrate.
How do you know about this?
Don't worry about it. So I had one.
All right. Well, so like I said, let's kind of get to it. You know, I forgot to tell you in the while we were talking beforehand. Dude, this freaking, you know how I called you about the gas leak yesterday? We were having a joke about that guy, and he was like, "There's no gas leak." So, anyways, for the context for everyone else, yesterday I did a walkthrough, and it smelled terrible. As soon as we walked in, we thought it was like something rotting or something. And then we walked in, and then we went to the backyard, and when we walked in again, I saw the buyer walk by the stove, and I just clicked in my head, that's gas. It's smelling like rotting. For those that don't know, gas is odorless, but they mix in like this terrible smelling thing, so that way you know if it's smelly, you should get out of the house. So immediately ran out, the seller showed up, and the seller was really insistent. Everything smells fine. There's nothing bad here. And I'm like, dude, it smells like gas. It smells like gas. Something's off here. He's like, no, it's just the cleaners they use. And I told Kyle yesterday, the guy literally goes to the stove and says, check this out. Click, 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 click. Come. The fire comes on in the stove. See, we didn't blow up. There's no gas leak. And I was just so flabbergasted by like he was just about to kill me. and then Kyle had to laugh about it. Dude, they emailed me this morning, and they were like, the seller talked to me this morning, and they had told me that you guys were arguing back and forth, and he said and insisting there's absolutely no gas. You know, what are we gonna do to resolve this? Yada yada yada. Around 11 o'clock, I get an email back. So we had the gas company go out, and it turns out there was a small gas leak in the stove.
Nice.
And there's like, and I told my Mercy about it, and she was like, "Oh, they were literally gaslighting you, like literally gaslighting you. They were telling you there's no gas." And
is that where that comes from?
I think we just found the origin.
Oh my god, I still think it's the most one of the funniest things is like, let's test out if there's a gas leak. Let's start an open flame to see if there's a gas leak. Is this
Crazy.
the dumbest thing I think I've heard in a while?
Crazy. Well, and thankfully everything worked out. So here's the first one for you. Okay. This is apparently I don't want to. Do you want me to say the name of the company if it's like a well-known company? Do you want me to say it, or you prefer not to?
I personally don't care. I think it's probably not best to, and unless it's like from a Reddit post and someone's sharing their experience.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then that's fine.
Looks like there's a little bit of delay with your camera. Do you have your crappy internet on today?
No, man, I got that fiber network. It's zooming.
Might be me then. Let me see. No, it says
It
you
could be
have
just like
5-6 bars. I don't know. You guys are using.
Could be like a Streamlabs thing, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. I could put like a slight delay on the. Should I play around with it? Do like a delay on the. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all.
We can do it later. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, let's not get into it. All right, here's the first one for you. I'm gonna share it with you now. Also, guys, When the House You Love. You guys, if you don't follow him, go check him out. Once again, best place when it comes to videos on lending. Yep, people say it's a little bit delayed. No more Salt Bay Kyle with the mustache. Yeah, what happened to your mustache?
I figured it was time for it to be over. I feel like the mustache it ran its like the trend died. It's like it's pick me now. I feel like to have the mustache.
What made you start with the mustache?
I don't know. Fun, boredom.
I think
mild
it looked
depression.
fine. I don't know what people. But let's not start with the rumors. Okay, here's the first one. So another rocket horror mortgage horror story from 5 months ago. All right, let me see if I can pull this up in the incognito window. All right, here we go. This just happened at the end of 2023. All queued up to buy a house, inspections and appraisals were all good to go. And of course, we had the pre-approval from Rocket as a first step. Well, literally days before closing, they basically said we were not approved for the loan. Debt to income ratio was too risky. I have no idea how such a simple initial credit check balance sheet got overlooked until the very last moment. And that's definitely not normal. We were the first we were first-time home buyer FHA and had to meet a lot of requirements to close a deal. And this was months of them having our financial info and jumping through hoops. So 1,000 earnest money deposit, and other couple hundred for inspections and appraisals, all down after a deal they never were going to give us. Buyer and sellers beware. What happened?
Oh God. Well, I mean, I could take a guess, but I don't know for sure. This is not uncommon, I think, with a lot of bigger lenders, where often a lot of these like big mortgage companies are kind of run like call center style. Where basically you are dealing with a lot of people who may be a little bit more inexperienced up front, or who may just not like spend as much time. They're working with a lot of clients, so they don't spend as much time. Why are you smiling? Is there something going on right now?
Sorry, there's someone subscribed and the cat just came booming with the Home Depot sound effect while you were talking, so I apologize. I will adjust that. Sorry,
there's always some goof. There's always some like little
goof.
going on.
I promise you, there's no goofs. You showed me your ammo. I do not want to deal with you.
Okay, so likely what happened is possibly two things. One, when you're getting a kind of these like pre-approvals, these like one-click pre-approval, 5-minute pre-approval, they're not there's not a high certainty that those can close because they're not basing it off of an experienced loan officer actually taking a look at your income, analyzing everything, and like really digging into guidelines to make sure that you qualify. So that can be an issue up front, is if you're just working with a company that's only giving you like a quick turnaround pre-approval. I know it feels good, like, oh, we got approved for this really quickly. It's just not something that you want to put so much faith and money into if you can get an approval that quickly. A pre-approval should really take a day or two of a lender looking at your documents, making sure everything's wrapped up and ready to go. The second thing that likely became an issue was that the income was probably calculated wrong to begin with. So often what can happen is loan officers get really tripped up with how to calculate income, because it can be kind of confusing when people have variable hours or bonus or overtime. And that's why you want your loan officer to have all your financial documents up front and really spend time digging through to see what your actual qualifying income is. Because a lot of deals, we'll get to the point where the loan officer's like, oh, I'll just look at your last pay stub and hope for the best. And they put down your income as, let's say, $5,000 a month. And then once you get insurance in and final property taxes come in, then an actual underwriter takes a look at your income, and maybe you only have $4,500 a month in qualifying income, and then it can kill the deal. So it's tough to say exactly what happened because I don't know all the details, but those two issues are pretty common, I think, when people are dealing with kind of more big corporate lenders.
Was it because like the lender, you think it was like a newbie lender that this happens, or do you see this just more with the company guidelines or how they handle them?
I would assume it's more of either someone who is newer, or maybe they overlooked things. They didn't spend as much time as they should have on a deal like that. Again, it's just hard to say with like limited info. Every once in a while, you may run into like an approval that's really close on the line. Like FHA will go all the way up to 56, almost 57% debt to income ratio. And so let's say that they like maxed out how much they could get a loan for. So then they go and buy this house, and then let's say their insurance comes in higher than the loan officer estimated. That's possible. That also could have killed a deal, but that is at least easy to explain from a loan officer. Like, this is why this isn't working. If they don't give you an explanation, it's probably something that they overlooked or did wrong.
That's terrifying. First of all, I'm gonna disconnect you, Kyle, and if you can just refresh and come back in and see if it fixes the delay.
Okay.
So let's get you out of here. Use the same link. Actually, I'm gonna regenerate the link and send you a new one. Oh man, he just talks so much. Am I right? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I think this is while I send him an email. It's terrifying because literally you who do you trust if you can't even trust your lender? Like, you're literally just doing everything you need to. You're like all looking at the furniture. You're like, oh, I can finally relax, and then they hit you with that shit, dude. It's just like, when can you relax? When can you actually? The truth is, you cannot relax until like the very end, right? What a goober. Man, stop it. Let's not be mean. He's a nice guy. Glad that guy's gone. No, he's very great. It's just something going on with the delay now. It was like bugging me now. So, let me see if we get when he pops back on. But I, even to me, like, even when I am buying a house, I cannot relax. I cannot enjoy anything until I'm gonna put him on. Yeah, but he's full of shit sometimes. Don't listen. Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, Kyle, can you hear me?
Is it better?
No, it's still like there's like delay. Sing a song, will ya?
Let me think about it. Sing about the shape of Italy.
Oh, actually, it sounds better. What is the shape of Italy?
A boot.
A boot? Oh, because I booted you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I was just telling him how it never feels safe. Like, what? Without plugging yourself, of course, because you have a wonderful lending company. How do buyers feel safe when they're in the mortgage process? They should always be on their toes?
No, I think at minimum, I would definitely prefer to work with a company that functions more locally than, like, I know there's this assumed safety of like a big name brand, but often, like what you probably see in real estate as well, is like the name brand doesn't equate to the person's level of like care and ability when they're actually working with you through a transaction. Like, similar to you, like, you don't, I mean, to my knowledge, you don't work with like a huge big brand name real estate company, but that doesn't reflect on like the quality of experience that you provide for people. And so just often I've seen a lot of these bigger companies, a lot of people just run into issues because it's hard to control quality of experience in a lot of these bigger companies.
All right, I got another one for you. This one is by Sofi. By the way, guys, if you have a question for Kyle or me, you can just definitely let me know, and we'll definitely answer it away. Awesome guest. Thank you. Yeah, he is an awesome guest. What are you doing? No, hey, I there's a goof ceasefire. If you want to goof me, we can start goofing. But you're flirting with goofing right now.
I'm not doing anything.
Just because Manny called you a goober doesn't mean you have to go that way, okay? All right, let's see.
Okay, I agreed.
Okay, hey, handshake virtually.
I don't know why it's so laggy.
Yeah, because it wasn't lagging yesterday when we tried it, right?
No.
I think
my internet's fine. Everything's running fine.
I think I can cause a delay on the mixer. Say something.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
so the audio comes first, then you go. So if I adjust, so right now when you're talking, I'm gonna play with it. But here's another one for you. Sofi mortgage horror story. Okay. Final update. We did get funding. Oh, that's not fun. I don't want to. Let me see.
You wanted it to end bad?
No. Okay, fine. I'll read that one. Sofi. I didn't know Sofi did mortgages.
I'm not familiar with Sofi.
Sofi is in California. They're the one. They have the stadium or the Coliseum. All right.
Okay.
Applied for a mortgage over 6 weeks ago. First closing date was yesterday. This is March 2023. The entire process was frustrating, with a loan officer being uncommunicative and loan processors being forgetful and overall casual. Could not get a response from the loan officer for a full week in the middle, and loan processor was asking for the same document over and over again, which we kept providing and gently reminding that we submitted these before. I've worked with lenders like that. I hate when y'all do. I don't know if you do this, but oh my gosh, dude, when you guys keep asking for the same document over and over again, it's just like infuriating. Anyways, so I did a 1 week check asking if everything was set to close on time and got a snarky reply that as long as I keep providing all asked documents, I shouldn't be a problem. I kept producing every document they asked for, no matter how many times I provided those before. And then closing day, they don't have the final CD, so we had to postpone closing to the next day. We closed the following day, and now they're saying they cannot fund until the appraisal of Wait, hold on, what? We close the following day? Then they're not closed then. Anyways, they're saying that they cannot fund until the appraiser can verify the additional parcel in this property is not buildable. Why now? Why are you asking for this after closing? Appraisal was completed 2 weeks ago. Additional parcels were listed on the accepted offer letter. Now they're saying I have to close again on Monday. That's not. There's probably he's confused. You don't close multiple times. Anyways, no. Hoping for times to charm. And be prepared that this loan may go back to underwriting even better. This is not my first home, and I've refinanced multiple times. This is by far the worst mortgage experience I've ever had. I was excited to share my mortgage journey on Sofi Facebook page as long as I had nice things to say. They approved my post. When I updated my post and later events how things were going sideways, they removed the post. Very disappointed.
Okay. Which part do you want me to comment on, the documents or the appraisal thing?
There's multiples? I mean, yeah, dude, like, holy crap. So, I don't know, you're talking about the documents of, like, why they asked for multiple documents? Now, you don't have to comment on that. I guess we can talk about that later, but what do you think about this post?
Okay, can you reread the appraisal piece? Because I can't, like, it's too small for me to read it on the screen. So, I'm trying to keep track of it in my head. Can you reread just the appraisal piece?
Are you saying there's something wrong with my reading?
No, it's just, it's hard to follow along
you think my
when the font is like this.
English? Is that what you're saying?
Or send me the link.
You're saying I don't have proper English because I was raised in
you have the best English I've ever heard. It's beautiful.
Wow, I never thought I would see the day. All right, I'll send you the link. The appraisal part. Okay, so they're saying this says they closed the following day. But now they're saying they cannot fund until the appraisal can verify the additional parcel to this property is not buildable. Why now? Why are you asking for this after closing? Appraisal was completed weeks ago! ! Additional parcels were listed on accepted offer letter. Now they're saying I have to close again on Monday, and be prepared that this loan may go back to underwriting. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I wasn't able to follow along. I'm really confused with what they're talking about. You don't close twice. You only close once on a house.
Yeah.
So if there was an appraisal issue that they found, then yeah, it would have delayed closing. I'm curious if they closed already and then they found a quality issue with the appraisal, which would be really surprising to me. and then they're having to fix that for whatever reason, and maybe they need some additional documents signed. But yeah, if they found an appraisal issue, or they need clarification on additional parcels, just saying that they're like contiguous to the property, but they're not, I don't know, in whatever condition that they're looking for. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of confused by what they're talking about.
Same, honestly, same. Yeah, this was kind of a weird one. Does that happen a lot? Where have you ever had a loan that there's issues after it closes and then you have to call and eat shit?
No, the only one that I've had, there's been any problem after there's been a closing is not because it's nothing that we did. It was some mild fraud on the buyer's part.
Just a little cute fraud.
Yeah, just like a flirtatious little fraud. So when you close on your home about 10 days before closing, the lender actually will call your employer and just make sure that you work there. So someone else can still have a job. And then you also have to sign a closing saying that nothing with your income changed. You don't expect to be laid off your job or anything. And then we found out a couple months later that they actually quit their job the day before closing, but told everyone that they still had a job. So in those instances, I mean, I don't know what went on after that, but now there's a bunch of echo. What happened?
I'm trying to mess with the sync offset and it messed everything up. Sorry guys, that wasn't Echo.
Holy Echo.
That wasn't Kyle, that was me. Sorry. You were saying that you committed fraud?
You're making me look bad. I'm an AI generated mortgage.
Sorry. All right, I undid it. Guys. I'm so sorry.
Quality.
What I'm gonna have to get that stupid duck live stream software, huh? Oh my gosh.
StreamYard?
Dude, StreamYard, they just have a flawless like guest thing. And I was really trying to make it work with Streamlabs, but it's not working. So I'm so sorry. You were saying you committed fraud on a mortgage and you got away with it.
Nope. Yeah, borrower did. I don't know what ended up happening with that. I mean, they don't clue me into that. But likely what ended up happening is they usually don't try to go to extreme situations. They're usually just wanting to try to re-qualify the borrower, so they might have asked them for updated pay stubs on their new job. Basically, they're almost like re-underwriting the loan so that they can then package it and sell it as a mortgage-backed security is likely what ended up happening. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, other than that, I haven't had any other issues.
I've had that. I've never done this because I've always been very like scared about that stuff. But I had someone tell me that, like, they called me from out of state. They're like, "Hey, I'm planning on switching jobs, and I'm gonna let go of this job, but I'm not. But I'm thinking about doing it now. My agent says to like wait till after we close. But it always makes me nervous because if they get any indication that you switched jobs or you left your job like a day or two after closing, like that might affect things. I'm assuming, or people are the understanding that once you're recorded and you're closed, that you're got away with it scot-free, right?
It becomes a little bit tricky. You definitely, any changes you make to you're expecting to make to your employment, you should talk with your loan officer about. Basically, like as loan officers, if we know that information, we can actually help structure the deal, because in a lot of cases we can use like future income, if it's like salary, stable income, and then there's not any issues in the future. But I think what a lot of people kind of forget is like, it's kind of the same thing with like tax things. Do you ever have people where they're like, I just write this all for my taxes and they'll never know? Like auditors aren't stupid. Like their whole job is investigating fraud. And it's the same thing with like mortgage auditors. Is a lot of loans after they close get double checked by somebody in a quality assurance department to make sure that everything still looks good and is still accurate. And so yeah, if you change jobs, they're going to find out. All that data is really easy for them to look up. So I wouldn't suggest trying to skirt around the rules. Why am I so small?
Oh, you're watching the live? Ah, dude. I thought you were.
Yeah, because I know that at every turn there's going to be a little goof. No, I gotta be ready.
I was just adjusting something.
I got my ammo prepared.
No,
I'm ready.
No,
anything I need to do, it's here. It's ready.
I know. People are telling me to stop touching stuff. All right, I get it. All right, so here's another one. This I'm gonna give you a break. I'm not gonna do a lending one. How do you have that? Oh, is that when we were in Dallas, right?
I just want to enjoy coffee with you.
Comically small mug. Let's see.
I've got more.
Please don't.
Don't test me. Don't test me.
I'll give you a break. I'll do another one. Let's see. Yeah, here's one for you. Realtor showed my house today and they went through my things. You've bought a house. You haven't sold a house, right? So right. But your dad's in the industry, so let me know what you think about that. A realtor, not mine, schedules a showing this morning on my 1,100 square feet home. I don't know why that info was necessary. We currently live in the house while we sell. We're 90% packed, which is boxed and stored in the spare bedroom. When we were half showings, we have 15 minutes beforehand, and we were told to return 30 minutes after the scheduled time. We live rurally and utilize our neighbors' heavily bush-lined driveway to sit, watch, and wait. Today, the realtor who showed our house got there 15 minutes early, and just as we left, we pulled out the scanner of sorts and appeared to be scanning for something on the house. Then he went inside and literally jumped around from
scanner. What are they talking about?
He pulled out a scanner of sorts and appeared to be scanning for something. Then he went inside and literally jumped around room to room. His client, female, showed up on time. They went inside the house and they were in the house for an hour. We could see shadows and silhouettes through the windows. They spent 20 minutes in our bedrooms and 30 minutes in our office studio. The rest just walking around the living room, dining room, and laundry room, and they left. We came back and my dresser drawers and bathroom drawers had been left open and gone through. My desk drawers had been left open, cabinets on a bookshelf as well. Packed boxes have been moved around, opened, etc. Is this normal? Am I to expect to deal with this when I sell my house? What would you do?
Yeah, that's not normal. Wait, is this real? Because I don't see the like little Reddit post or whatever. This sounds like the beginning of Javier's fan fiction.
There you
go. Someone said it could be a dot scanner for the virtual tour software. No, they should not be going through your personal stuff.
That's great.
What would I do? I don't know. You probably want to at minimum reach out to like the local board of.
Yeah, they ended up calling the sheriff's department. Yeah, that's definitely not normal. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do legally because it'd be hard to prove what somebody did. But you want to hear a crazy story that may be a little. Can we go a little PG-13 on this stream?
Man, I don't want to hear about your high school escapades.
No. Okay, so there's some tea around here with a local realtor. So
what's the name? Sorry, okay, go ahead. I'll let you go.
No, I can't say that. I could, but I shouldn't. So it's someone who I used to work with, and I'm trying to remember all the details of it. Basically, one of those situations. Someone was selling their home, but they actually had like cameras throughout their home. I don't know if they were hidden or they were just hard to see or whatever. So this realtor comes in and shows the house to a client, and ends up that on camera, they caught the realtor on camera, like having sex with the client.
Don't say that word. You're going to get me banned. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
You're going to get demonetized.
They were having they were having intercourse.
Jesus. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and it became this huge deal.
Wait, so there was two realtors or a realtor with someone else?
A realtor and their client in the bedroom of someone selling their house. And then they got fired, of course, and then like moved like 40 minutes away, and then now does real estate in a different city, I guess. I don't know.
Someone said, I've been to this section of the hub.
Oh God. Yeah, but I thought that was wild that they had it on camera. So I don't know if they try to press charges on it, or maybe I should look that up. Maybe there's like some article or something about it if they press charges.
Is it common knowledge where you're from?
Can
I type it? No, probably not. I won't do it. I'll just look it up myself personally. I want to look up city realtor sex scandal.
I mean, that would probably do it if there was something.
2020?
No. Well, actually, maybe.
Bro, you telling me a 4-year-old story?
I don't think it was
Ex-realtor's
2020.
trial. Former. Oh no, there's 14 sex assault charges. Oh, never mind. That's not the one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Even if we found it, I don't want to be the one to be
no.
promoting this person's name.
I don't have. People are asking for more stories. We were promised assless chaps for this stream. You can't see our.
Oh,
you can't see. We both have them on right now. Our bare cheeks are on our cheek, but you can't see them.
Oh my god.
Like right now, stand up,
feet?
Kyle. You're gonna hear the skin attaching to the leather sound. Like, go ahead, stand up.
Oh. Oof.
See, there you go.
What, do you have this on your soundboard?
No, I don't. Okay, let's get off. We're getting on topic.
I'm waiting for the part of the stream where someone comes in and says, "I'm taking this very seriously, and you guys are joking around." I wish you guys would stick to real estate.
Back in our heyday. You know what's funny? I was on TikTok yesterday, and someone was sharing their story, and then they're like they were talking about this situation where this person was like, "Hey," it was like a kind of bad, sad story, but they were talking about, we've all been through our flop era. So I guess there's like TikTokers, whenever they have like a hit few TikToks, and then they call it the flop era. I feel like you and I are in our flop era right now. But
whoa, don't include me,
dude. We're not as highly viewed as we once were. Okay. Anyways, when we were not in our flop era, when we were like doing live streams to like every weekend, and then we were getting like we would hit a video and it would get like 6-figure views. It was crazy. Kyle, where was I going with this?
Did this have to do with the OnlyFans comment?
Oh yeah, so Kyle and I would do these live streams together.
When we were in our era and there was scandals going on day after day.
Yes, when we were definitely on our heyday, we would do these live streams together, and we would just like play around like we are now. We would answer a question or two, then we get back to it, and people would get so mad, like, "I cannot believe I'm here. You're supposed to take this serious, or you're not." And then like, dude, chill out.
In fairness, it was like two people. Two people would be upset.
But it would take all of our energy, though. It was like, oh my god, this guy. I remember. And then one time we made an OnlyFans joke, and it was like early pandemic, so it was like still funny to make OnlyFans jokes. And people were like, someone found it offensive or something. What did I do to Kyle's voice? It sounds weird and muffy. That's his natural voice, guys. So it's not.
This is me.
Unfiltered, because he filters his voice on his videos.
This is the real me. What'd you do to me?
That's him. Don't call a man BBL asses, bro. Hella disrespect. Don't call a man with BBL assless. No, assless chaps means the.
Can we get back to real estate? I'm tired of just joking around. This is really serious to me. Okay.
All right. So here is.
Okay, I do have a question for you. Wait, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I feel like we heard all about the NAR stuff, and then I haven't been hearing as much news about the NAR lawsuit. Have you been seeing any like impact with the NAR stuff, with sellers wanting to like reduce commission or buyers having fears of it? Has it actually like done anything to what you've noticed?
Yeah, it has a lot. I think a lot of listings have reduced their commissions preemptively. So you're getting a lot of commissions that are not offering the full amount anymore.
How do you find that out? Because it's not listed on the MLS, right?
It's on. Well, not yet. It's only in July is when they start not listing on the MLS.
Okay. So they're reducing it, but still posting it on the MLS
until the June, July, or whenever. Okay. Yeah, whenever that's supposed
Interesting.
to be. I think a lot of more. I don't know. Buyers aren't really talking about that anymore. It kind of just it gets brought up now, and it's just like, hey, so a commission thing. I'm like, oh yeah, this, that, and then it's not really affecting people as it once did. But I think come June, July, whenever it does go into effect, it is going to start being more of an issue, because like right now you can call a realtor and they won't have you sign anything, but June and July we have to get you to sign something. So. Mm-hmm. For those that aren't aware, I am now a corporate Javy. I took a job with a team to just kind of. I felt like my content was starting to be very like what can I do to get leads, because my business is slowing down a bit. So I was like, okay, I got to preserve the content, and I'm gonna just take like a corporate team job where I can just help people, like they have a lot of Zillow leads, and just help people buy Zillow stuff and get paid a certain amount, and then just continue to do my YouTube thing. But anyways, on that team, when I get a Zillow lead, I can still sell my own houses, and I can still help clients here. Those are going to be completely separate. But when I'm on that team, I have a specific commission minimum amount that I have to negotiate for the people that call on that team, you know. So it's very much the established teams are really going to be like, this is our value, this is what we bring to the table. And I think the 1 week agreement that Zillow is going to be pushing out is going to probably be pretty crucial, because the people are going to feel very safe with that agreement, because it's like, I don't have to sign in my life away to this agent. It's only a 1 week agreement, and I only get paid whatever I get paid.
They're doing buyer's agency for only 1 week.
You didn't hear about that? So Zillow is doing a limited representation agreement, where if you want to see a house, you know, if you found on their website, you just sign a 1 week agreement with that specific agent, and you go look at as many houses you want.
What do you think most agents are going to do?
What I think most agents are going to do?
Most brokerages.
I think a lot of agents are going to just sign I think there's two types of agents. The agents that are going to be very much like, I don't want to say the wrong thing here. Not as, they are not maybe as strong negotiators, are going to be just very much, this is a very loose agreement. I get paid whatever I can negotiate from the seller. There's other agents that are going to be like, this is my minimum commission. I'm going to get this from the seller. And if the seller can't give it all to me, you have to make up the difference. And it's just a matter of, and it's going to be something to consider. Like for you, for example, if you're trying to work with an agent and you're negotiating your agent, and your agent is not even able to, you know, like he's very weak with the negotiation with their commission, like, are you going to trust they're going to be strong when it comes down the line? Or how are you going to handle that if you were to buy? Obviously excluding your familiar situation.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Zillow, like they call it a touring agreement.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 7 days, but it says it doesn't require compensation or exclusivity. So it says any negotiation of compensation, let's see, and what it will look like for the buyer and agent to work together should happen after both meet and feel ready.
Yeah, but you can see houses though with that agreement though, right?
That's interesting. So I guess I didn't realize. I thought the NAR lawsuit was kind of like, you have to clarify what the real estate agent's commission will be in that agreement, but they're just saying it just means we're just going to show you houses, and we're not going to.
You cannot let anyone into a house without a signed agreement, because if they end up buying that house,
would require.
Sorry, what?
So it really feels like they're trying to get around. You think that's going to stick? Because I feel like the intent of the lawsuit is to actually help buyers understand what the commission is going to be up front when working with an agent, and they're just saying we'll do that later. Isn't that kind of what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it does appear that it's not as scary as it is, but it's very much I don't think any agent will show a house to someone unrepresented, because if I show you a house and we don't sign anything, you have the 100% right to now start negotiations without me and completely cut me out. So it's very much, I think buyers agents and people in real estate, and we'll get away from this because I know you guys really don't benefit a lot from hearing stuff behind the scenes. I think a lot of agents, or like in my position, who have been very lucky. Like, it's been very, very fortunate, very lucky. Now we have to actually look at our businesses like businesses, not like be just extremely lucky with whatever was got going on or people coming in. And it's forcing us to really consider and really like change how we look at our business, which for you, I know you're pretty like systemized already, which I know you won't really see much of a change if you were an agent, but I think a lot of agents really run, I think people realize by the seat of their pants, and this is going to really make the ones that actually have systems in place really valued. What's up, Omar? Today we're just talking about lending horror stories. I'm just reading some situations for Kyle, but he threw me away. He threw me for a loop and asked me a question. Sorry, what was that?
I know, it's crazy. Is Money in Phoenix your wife?
I mean, sometimes we like to pretend that we are, but no, he's not my wife.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He's actually a client.
I feel like on a past stream, I guess I thought that was Mercy for some reason.
Been in the streams forever.
Oh,
I don't want to leak his name, but yeah, no, it's definitely a man, a good friend. Sometimes we role play as wife and husband. Sometimes we swap, but
that's cute. Oh, that's really cute.
My wife is listening, probably.
I don't know for some reason why I was just always under the impression that was like her username.
What a name for her, Money in Phoenix. Can you that's such. No, I know she always comments about stuff. But anyways, let's get you to another one. Home bar.
Ooh, another one. Ooh, Tira Scott is in here.
Is she? I don't think I've ever seen Tira.
Tira's on pretty regularly on our stream.
Nice. All right. Here's another.
Money in Phoenix said you're gonna get his wife mad at both of us. Well, not if it's just a little silly, goofy. Okay, so she said it's her burner account. I see.
There you go. That's her. Do you see her now?
Yep.
Yeah, no, she's always watching me. Let's see. I lost it. There you go. All right.
This one better make sense this time.
Oh, this is a long one.
What are you not vetting these articles or Reddit posts before you do them?
I thought we were gonna take longer.
Did he come unprepared? I should have known that there was gonna be no preparation.
Can you share your experience so far planning this live stream? How it's been for you?
Well, it's usually me asking a question and then I don't hear anything from you, and then when I clarify to say, "Hey, did you want me to do this?" And you go, "Of course." Me not responding means yes. Like, okay, cool. I'll roll with that. So at least I know now that you not responding means yes.
And then you asked for something again today, and then the link, and then I just show up and you're already here, and you're like, I'm like, why are you asking me for the link?
Yeah, I should have figured that it's just it's chill, it's casual, It's not that serious.
Sorry, Tiara. She says I've been here before. I'm so sorry, Tiara. I don't recognize the red picture.
You can click on people and look at their channel activity.
Oh.
And it will show.
Okay, you've been on one live stream before, Tiara. You asked 3 comments. You said Dutch Bros is gross. I fear your taste buds are malfunctioning. I remember you saying that. So we got some problems, Tiara. Dutch Bros is gross.
What's Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros is like super sweet, not even coffee. It's like super sweet drinks, kind of like the sweet stuff Starbucks offers with no coffee.
Okay, is that a like West thing?
I guess. Yeah. Oh, good. I'll be interviewing another agent. Oh, yeah. Well, good luck with that for sure.
Oh wait, no. There's some. Oh wait, the closest one's in Kentucky.
Here we go. Never mind. I'm gonna send you the link though, so you can. I'm gonna read it so for the audience, and then I'll send you the link. See, with that duck one, there I can chat. I can send you stuff, but I can't do it here.
I know.
I'm gonna have to get freaking just for the guest stuff. I'm not gonna do it for like. All right.
Money in Phoenix also has a good lending question that I can answer too. After this.
Well, Money in Phoenix can wait.
Got him.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Can you see it?
It's on a little bit of a delay. Yeah.
We had gotten a pretty thorough inspector and did a good job. Before we even got the house for the initial inspection, he was on the roof examining the exterior. The inspector found some issues that did not seem like big deals. The highlights were problematic electrical panel that was recalled, negotiated the seller to get the money back to fix this. The other problem was that he found the evidence of water leaks in the basement. This is so long.
You can do it. I'll give you like a sticker. Oh my god, it's so long.
I'm gonna keep going.
I'll fill in your reading chart after this once you're done. Did you ever have those? The little like you had to like fill in the tires or something, and then you got like a pizza party at the end or something. Is that just a vague memory that I have, or was that real?
Yeah, we had a few of those.
So are we just bailing on that one?
Yeah, let's go to another one.
Nice.
Okay, there's another one that's super long. I'm gonna have to put this in ChatGPT to summarize it. Dude, okay, guys. Kyle, do you get emails that just are super long? What do you do with those?
Yeah, I usually start
genuinely. What do you want people to do, like for emails?
And I go, oh my god. I would really prefer if people I think what often people do is they have so much going on up here, they write it all down and then they just press send. If you could take 5 minutes and like clarify and organize just a touch, break out into paragraphs, add some bullet points for me, like that makes it so much easier. Because like you and I, like our jobs on YouTube is like we make content but also answering questions all the time, and it's difficult to, it's like in math, getting those word problems that give you all this extra context when it really just boiled down to one question. And the amount of times I get emails that are yeah, my sister's girlfriend and I are fighting and it's been a real problem, and then the end of the question is, what do you think about FHA? Well, and that was a lot.
No one's doing that right now. He literally they're trained to just focus on the parts that matter, right? It's for me, it's the emotional, like it's so emotionally draining to like, and I get it, people are venting, but it's so heavy to just take on this story and just like, oh, like I feel so overwhelmed after reading it.
Honestly, what I do for most of those, if I get something really long, please don't send me a really long email just so I do this. But I'll just, if I see it's really long, I won't read all of it. No, stop. I'll just I'll just like press record on the camera and I'll read through it live and answer as I go through it. So then I'll send them back like a 4-minute long video.
Oh, that's great.
But that's the easiest way to do it, instead of have to go through, sort everything, type it out. It takes so much longer to type versus just like, I mean, you're gonna have to sit through me reading your email, which is probably not gonna be that fun. But
okay, so I condensed it only to like a few sentences, which is great. As a first-time home buyer navigating the mortgage route, my journey was a roller coaster. Despite careful planning and dual pre-approvals, unexpected hurdles arose. Initially thrilled to secure a dream home at a bargain, we hit a snag when our lender withdrew down payment assistance, leaving us scrambling for cash. After landing hopping, we found a new one, only to face further complications, like a sudden change in the seller's name jeopardizing the contract. Despite setbacks, we remained determined to achieve home ownership, recognize its significance, and first family stability. The process has been testament to perseverance, reminding us to the unpredictability of the housing market.
Is there a question in there?
There's no question.
I love that you were like, yeah, ChatGPT will take care of this. It just added like some snappy copy to the super long Reddit post.
Oh gosh.
Just put it in there and ask it like, what is the main question here
in this email?
Did you ask it to like summarize?
I just told it to summarize it. Okay, the email seems to be a narrative shared by someone who recently went through a buying process. It deals with the experience. It ends encouragement for homeownership and stability.
Detached AZ wants you to cut the music, please. Please.
It's like minus 34. Is it that loud? Okay. Let's answer Money in Phoenix's question. How many power does a loan officer have over lender fees? Or are most of them controlled by the lender company itself? Good question, Money.
This is going great. How much power does the loan officer have over lender fees?
So let me share my experience and then please correct it.
Oh, okay.
People... You cannot do anything unless you get your manager's approval. So you always have to get you have to like bend the lender's back. Like you have to really force it for them to reduce their fees. Is that accurate? And then share what the experience.
What are you doing to my back?
You have to blow their back. I'm just kidding.
Jesus. Oh my God. This is really getting derailed here. Yeah. So, and everyone else is saying, "Oh wait, I can hear it."
Dude, Dad Frio went on. Look at Dan preempted.
Dan, did you try to go on your alt account? He goes, shoot, my name came up. Just for reference in the future, Dan, you can delete your comments too. He switched back and said yes.
He wants to he passed a question, so I'm so sorry.
I just love the follow-up. Shoot, my name came up. He's dying over there.
All right, sorry, Kyle. Go to the question.
It's okay, Dan. He said, I know I'm a dumbass. No, it's all right. Okay, so yeah, as far as like lenders, how much control do they have over fees? So normally the fee that you're going to run into with the lender, stop. I can't seriously answer this question if you're just
they can't
dying
see
over there.
Me. They can't see me.
Oh, is it just me on screen now? Okay, cool. Welcome to my channel, everyone. It's Javier. Yeah, so normally what we're going to run into with a lender is primarily an underwriting fee. All I can see is Javier just dying right now. I know you can't see him, but it's really like he's beside himself. I've never seen him this color before. It was like intense shade of red just over there. So it's great. I'll just keep documenting what's happening. Looks like he fell over.
Stop it,
so you have
right.
the underwriting fee. Every lender is going to have a slightly different underwriting fee. What you're mainly going to run into is around anywhere from $900 to $1,400 is what you'd expect for underwriting. Now, that I've never known of an underwriter, a lender to be able to like just change or lower the fee. What they can do though is they can waive the underwriting fee. And it doesn't mean that they actually took it away. What ends up happening is if you waive the underwriting fee, your interest rate's going to increase just a touch. So it really kind of evens out. The underwriting fee, even though it's called a fee, is pretty much just the same thing as like an origination point. So it really isn't all that different. It's just kind of called something else. So you can have the lender waive it if you want to, but it will increase your rate just a touch. So Dan, at least you got Rolling Rastogi to subscribe even harder. So that works. Am I still on screen, or is it you too?
We're back.
Okay.
So here's another one. A lender told us not to use a first-time home buyer program because they take too slow, and the sellers will most likely go with the buyer who is not using the first-time home buyer for a faster sale. By the way, this was a month ago. What are your thoughts? For context, we live in Columbus, Ohio. If it's okay, I'll kind of just say the first thing, and I'll let lender Kyle go. Am I gonna see like a random name, not Kyle Seagraves? Wow, this Kyle guy really knows what he's talking about.
If I could pull up a YouTube account that quick, I would do it.
Okay, so I think the lender's being a little lazy. Not to say what he's saying is inaccurate, but I think a lender's responsibility is to give you options and like present them in a fair way and like really detail them out. And you have to present them in pros and cons. Hey, here's the con of a first-time home buyer program. But the fact that he's pushing it so much, it makes me really sympathize with the people. And I'm not saying this is the case, and you can please clarify if it's not. But like people always are having questions, do you make more money or you make more commissions with certain loan programs? And the fact that they're just so heavily not pushing it out of, yes, it's once again, things are technically true, but the way it's being pushed is very, I think, in a way unethical. But what do you think?
It depends on the type of down payment assistance program. There definitely are, if you're getting like down payment assistance programs that are more at a local level, they definitely can take longer to close. And it's gonna, again, I can't say like for all of the nation. It's gonna depend on the county that's giving the down payment assistance. So if you are gonna move forward with it, I would have your loan officer check with the county to see what are the turn times on that program. Because often what happens with those down payment assistance programs with local counties is not only is your main loan getting underwritten, but then the DPA, the down payment assistance, is also has its own version of like underwriting that has to be done, and that's where delays can come in. So if I was expecting like a local run down payment assistance program, I would advise the realtor to at least put 45 days on a contract, possibly 60 if I know that the county is going to take even longer. Now on the flip side, there are down payment assistance programs or grants that close as fast as any other conventional loan, or national programs that close really quickly because they're super streamlined and the lender has it integrated into the first loan. So I would just ask the loan officer for more clarification, and then as a buyer, you get to decide. Okay, well, ask them for like a realistic expectation of how long it's going to close. Don't just give me like it's too slow, so let's not do it. Like, what does too slow mean? Is too slow 45 days? Is it 60 days? Give me a realistic time frame. Take that to your realtor and say, hey, my loan officer says for this program, it's going to be 60 days. For this program, it's going to be 30. Now you have two choices. And if you're in a market that's a little bit slower and you can maybe strengthen your offer in other ways and go with the program that takes longer, great. If that's what you want to do to take advantage of that money, that works. Or in a more aggressive market, if you want your offer to be more aggressive, then maybe you're going to go with a normal program that's going to close quicker.
It's a very good answer, very political answer, but why is the lender pushing away from the down payment assistance program?
It's hard to say. A lot of down payment assistance programs, like local ones, honestly are not great deals for buyers. A lot of the local ones that I've seen, there is no difference in commission that a loan officer can make on the loan program itself. That's would be highly illegal to do. Outside of that, there is with down payment assistance programs that do take a long time, sometimes there can be quite a bit of like a reputation risk that happens, because I hear realtors talk about this a lot, where they work with a lender and the client wanted down payment assistance. And sometimes there's this like disconnect that realtors and loan officers have, where the loan officer may or may not communicate, hey, this is going to take 60 days to close. I've done that before with real estate agents, where I had a client and we did he was a veteran, he had like a 514 score, and I was like, hey, we can do this loan, but it's going to take we need 60 days to close this. And the realtor was like, well, I just wrote it for 30 and we'll just do extensions if we need it. I was like, no, I told you 60. So what ends up happening now is when we get to 30 days, and even on day one, when I call everybody and say, I know you wrote this for 30, but I need 60. That's what I told you a month ago. Guess who gets yelled at? I get yelled at because I was the one who didn't do my job, when in reality I did, but people didn't listen. So there's that issue that comes into play too, is that people, even if you communicate upfront expectations, it's not always received super well.
I feel like you're not answering the question, which I don't know. I get you can't answer it because you're not the specific lender, but why do lenders push specific products sometimes?
Why do lenders
Because you don't do it, obviously. I'm hoping you don't. But why do other lenders do that?
I'm not trying to answer. It's such a broad question that's like hard to answer. I don't know what's going on in the mind of other people. I mean, most lenders are just going to suggest the programs that they're familiar with, and so if they're not familiar with other programs, then they're just not going to recommend it.
If everyone had that mindset, can you imagine there'd be no housing market crash videos? So everyone just
with what?
I can't make broad I can't answer a broad question. I'm not in their mind. Like then some literally on YouTube there's like 20-minute videos about completely like a whole theory about the market crashing based off of what Jerome Powell farted or ate for breakfast.
I don't know. I value nuance more than generalization. So I mean, if the underlying question is like, do loan officers make more money on certain programs? Then no. But other than that, I don't know why a lender would want to push something different other than they are not familiar with it.
All right. Do you have any cool sunglasses I told you to get for the stream?
I have nothing in here. No sunglasses.
All right, put them on.
Hey, should I have known that you not replying to me was meant I should get sunglasses?
Yes. I don't know why you didn't think
you have two? Is that what that is?
Yeah, because I can't see, so I have my glasses under it. Here's another one, complete opposite. I've spoken with 3 lenders now, and every single one pushes me away from taking advantage of a first-time. Oh, actually, no, it's not the same thing. Pushes me away from taking advantage of first-time homebuyer programs that I'm eligible for. Some offer up to $10K in assistance with a down payment or closing costs. I know there are drawbacks, but I'm not sure why they aren't willing to consider them. One lender wouldn't even discuss them, just shot me down saying they'll make my interest rate increase. Another said my first home, and some programs require you to stay at least 6 years. You can't refinance. So once again, I know you can't answer the question, but why are you guys not considering people in the first-time homebuyer programs?
Oh, well, I feel like you're trying to pin me into this thing that I don't know these people or the situations.
I'm trying to interview you, man. Just like you're used to just your little political like, hey, Kyle here. This is what you got to do for first-time home buyer programs. You got to. I don't think it's. Meanwhile, we were just like I'm trying to get you, spicy Kyle. Let's go, spicy Kyle.
I don't know that there is a spice to it. It's really like, okay, so as a lender, we only have a certain amount of programs that we work with, so we can only talk about the programs that we work with. It's like if I went to Walmart and be like, why aren't you telling me about Costco's products? You guys are scammers.
Go to Walmart. Walmart's a corporation. Lenders are specific individual contractors.
It's just an analogy. What? I don't know, I'm confused about
I want the facts, Kyle. Give me the facts.
I don't know.
Fine.
I don't know other than, I mean, lenders only have their products that they work with. And if you're asking them for things that they don't work with, I would just say move on to another lender who does. Just be like, okay, if you don't work with that program, that's fine. Cool. Show me the programs that you work with. And then find other lenders who work with programs that you want to work with.
It seems like these guys have the lender programs, but they're just pushing them away from them.
It's hard to say. I don't know. In this, like, we're like, you're creating like a fictitious person that we're trying to assume their thoughts. And it's just, I don't know how to like assume the thoughts of a fake person without any information. Just for the sake of being spicy.
If Dan Frito can make an alt account to ask questions for a live stream, you can put yourself in the mind of another lender. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, there's no financial benefit of suggesting different loan programs. It really is just what's comfortable for the lender. So I don't know. A good example is like technically, like I have a loan origination license. I can do reverse mortgages. I've never done a reverse mortgage. So if someone calls me and says, "Can you do a reverse mortgage?" I'm gonna say, "I don't know how to do them." And you're gonna like come to me and be like, "You're hiding it from me."
No, but they're not saying I don't know how to do them. They're pushing people away from them. I think that I don't think they're doing anything unethical. I'll talk since you're so scared to talk about this. I don't think they're doing anything unethical. I think they're just the way real estate or loan mortgage education works for a lender or realtor is let me make the best decision for you. I know more than you here. And instead of like describing and explaining to them, so this is how this works, this is how this works, which option would you work? It takes more time and energy, but the mass amount of people out there are more salespeople than educators, which why working with Kyle and his team are so amazing when it comes to mortgages, because that's more mind of a teacher rather than a salesperson.
With the glasses on.
Starting to think Javier is celebrating.
What are you celebrating for Friday?
What's Little Friday?
Is celebrating Little Friday?
It's
Thursday, Little Friday. Is that what that means?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Little Friday? So. That's fun. I've never heard of it being called that way.
And what's Doflamingo?
Doflamingo is a character, sunglasses, One Piece.
Oh.
What is that? Japanese comic books? Kyle doesn't watch sports. He doesn't watch TV.
Doflamingo.
Wait, no, let me guess. You watched Bridgerton, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I don't think I would get into that. Did you watch it?
You look like you would love Bridgerton.
What is that supposed to mean? Dude, you totally look like you would watch Bridgerton.
You just Mercy was watching it, and I might have watched a few episodes. All right, so it's been about an hour, y'all. I don't want to keep Kyle too long. But man, wow, this was one to remember for sure. Kay first says, I tried AmeriSave. What is that? Why does he have no shirt on?
This is me. This is who I am.
You just looked up Doflamingo glasses?
Yeah. I was trying to find a PNG so I could like put them on, but it didn't really work.
Yeah, I'm surprised you couldn't find any. How do lenders view per diem income? Oh, that's more specific. We don't want to get into that. Let's see. Would it be easier to leverage equity on a primary existing home to buy a home, or an investment? Would it be easier to leverage equity of an existing primary home property to buy a primary home or an investment property?
So are they asking to leverage equity from the primary or the investment? Is that what they're asking?
Would it be easier to leverage equity on an existing primary property to buy a primary home or investment property? That's all. That's what it says.
Either way. So if you're going to pull out like a HELOC on your primary home that you're going to move out of and then rent, it's still you're gonna have to tell the lender that you intend for it to be an investment. So either way, it's going to be HELOC on an investment property. So
why I don't say HELOC. I say they lock. I think you should really work on your language and make sure you're more inclusive.
You're right.
To everyone.
I should be more inclusive about my he and home equity lines of credit.
Every time I hear he or she, I'm trying to do my best with that. And the other day I had a client that was let's say more right leaning, and I don't remember what was it. I think they introduced like that. Was it like they? I think they were talking about someone, and it wasn't clear what the gender was, and I was like, I said he, and I was, I'm sorry, I don't want to assume their gender. They, and dude, they got so frustrated, and man, they just started going off about how, oh man, the things aren't the same. When I grew up, this, that, or the other one, it just went on, and I never got a call back from them.
Oh, you really messed up there.
I really messed up. It's 7.29. Dan just posted an update. What are my thoughts about Habitat for Humanity? I have someone who benefited from it. Yay, rich YouTubers. Apparently we're rich, Kyle.
That's news to me.
Hey, man. I want to know. Where's this wealth at?
Doesn't Habitat for Humanity like build a whole house for you? Like you don't get a mortgage on that, right? Or do you?
Confusing with another program, but I had a client that bought one of their houses, and they offer like only first-time home buyers, very low, like very reasonable, low, and very affordable. And then when they sell it, they can only sell it to people that are in the program or something like that.
Okay, it says income doesn't exceed 60% of the area median income. Sure, I don't think there's any. Oh, it says that you must be able to and willing to pay an affordable mortgage that doesn't exceed 30% of your gross monthly income.
Gross? That's what they're using? Gross?
Yeah, it says affordable mortgage does not exceed 30% of the homeowner's gross monthly income. Mortgage payments are cycled back into the community to help build additional Habitat houses. I guess for some reason I thought it was just free, but apparently I just was misunderstanding.
Like a whole program. But I know like in cities like California, well, not cities, states like California, it's a very exclusive program because it's the only chance people get to affordable housing. I got something to ask you.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you on the screen. Give me 1 second. Promise is not a goof.
It's always a goof.
Both of you guys probably have 400k subs together. Would assume that makes you rich. Okay, Mercy. So subscribers are a vanity metric. It doesn't mean anything. You can have everyone. Like, what's the last time you guys open up your home tab and you go to your subscriptions? Like, it's very rare. So subscribers don't mean anything. It's your current active view count. Roland Staggy had a question. We're getting 3% commission for purchasing a house. Should we use this towards closing price of home or put in our savings? Are you a real estate agent, Rastogi? So if we're getting 3% commission for purchasing a house, should we use it towards a closing price of a home? I don't think you can use it towards, you can't use those funds, at least when I've bought houses, I haven't been able to use them for like funds. I can't apply them that way. Is that accurate?
You can use it. Yeah. I mean, if you're a real estate agent, yeah.
Well, I haven't been able to use any of them. So I always just get them and just use them as funds after.
But I mean, really, it all is
Hey, my name is Kyle.
Your cost of closing on the home is going to come out of your savings anyway, so it kind of is a wash. It doesn't really matter where it goes, right?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna watch this with you. I I want to ask you what happened to this
Oh
young
God,
boy.
we're getting to this point of the. We're getting to this point.
If you
He's
were
run out of content.
If you were to say anything to this little, oh come on,
Get in
don't
there.
post that.
Let's
This
get
is
in
a
there.
genuine question.
All right. Give me your genuine question here.
What would you say to this young man?
Seagraves, I'm a lender with Modern Mortgage, and I want to walk with you through
First of all, I love the background music. Hold on, let's just
Oh,
take this
no.
in for a few seconds.
the seemingly confusing and complex steps that it takes to get a mortgage and ultimately
the
to
rough
buy a
part is
house.
I can't hear anything.
So you can't hear anything?
Oh, why are we doing this? Why are we going into past
So
videos?
what were you?
What are we gaining here?
What was going through your mind right now? Like you're making this first video, you're so fresh faced. Like what was going on?
What was going on in my mind at this point? I don't know. At this point, probably just was, well, around this time, I was probably making $0 a month for at least 3 months at that point. Just trying to get any sort of business. So I was making videos, calling. I would call at least 50 real estate agents a day. That sucked.
How'd that work out? Like, did anyone
Not
actually
great.
ever take you up on it?
I had-
Seagraves, and let's talk about.
I made some like relationships with people, but it wouldn't really turn out into anything that was interesting. It would end up being a couple deals here and there, but it was a lot of wasted time and so stressful. People would get so mad, which now I totally understand it. I would never cold call now, but when you start, like that's what everyone says you're supposed to do. They're like the best way to do it is just go and call people all the time.
Someone said I gotta find a way to make money off this.
I gotta find a way to make money. What is that from? Isn't that the I think you should no. What's the guy's name? I can't remember.
Thinking about the tiger guy. Oh, my camera died.
Your camera died.
Anyways, I think it's a good time to end the live stream.
Aren't you a professional YouTuber and your camera died?
It's been overheating lately. It's too hot in here.
He doesn't reply to my texts. He doesn't prepare the Reddit posts. He just harasses me. His camera dies. How can I kick you from the stream?
Oh gosh.
Tim Robinson. That's
Are lenders
what it is.
are lenders as hated as realtors are?
I don't think most people like either. Which I mean, I totally understand. I think for a lot of people, they feel like
I don't know why my camera's
Real-
dying and the freaking warning comes up. Sorry.
the operation and safety of this battery can't be guaranteed. What does that mean? I feel like it's about to
Dude, I have
it's about
to.
to blow up.
Yeah. Oh look, you made a video with the black and white. So what was going through your mind when you made this video? Look, is that your hand?
I can't say anything.
Why can't you can't see anything? Let's see.
The broker versus bank one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just some general marketing thing
Meet your local licensed mortgage
that I
broker.
used a long time ago. I was like, this is dumb.
Is that you? Is that you talking?
No.
He's not a big corporation.
Sam said seeing you two do a live stream is
Or
like
a
watching Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron crossover from back in the day. Is it just as cringy as you know, where it's like we're in the we're in like different animation styles where it's like really uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, I remember that. And actually, they did have Jimmy Neutron go to the animation style of the Fairly Odd Parents, and then likewise Timmy went over there. You didn't watch? Did you watch TV growing up?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. What do you think happened in my?
Well, dude, I don't know what you guys do back out in the. Where are you in the northwest or something? Or you guys like play
Back when I
stickball?
was about 7, we just looked at the corn.
You
played with
get one
dust,
of those. What is
hit
a
each other's
corn?
hair.
What is the little things called? The little like wheatgrass. You put it
Take
on
a
your.
little bit of straw out of my ear, and I would just sit
wearing
on top of the
overalls with
hill
no
all day
shirts on,
long,
just watching.
round up the cows, tell them to have a good night's rest.
Playing stickball.
It's hard living in the back prairie of Ohio.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, guys. Make sure to follow the Discord. We have a great community there. Kyle likes to pop up in there once in a while and say hi. We have a great community of home buyers. And
hot minute.
I will be live again tomorrow. Back to the normal time of 2 to 4. We just came a little early today for Kyle. Kyle, see you, Graves. Just want to let people know, if you don't follow him for any reason, you can go check him out. Win the House You Love. I do have one more thing though.
In this video, is this going to be one of those fake questions that you ask, or the stories, and then you end the stream? So everyone's like, "What was it?"
No. When is the mustache coming back?
Oh no, you had a switch last minute, didn't you? Because that's what you're going to do.
No, I wasn't going to do that. Look at this.
I know the tricks.
Look at this mustache. Let's do a poll right now.
I don't think the mustache is going to come back.
Mustache, Kyle. Come back.
At least in that era of the mustache, it's too much. It wasn't shaped. It wasn't trimmed.
I like this more than it was before. This was cooler.
I'm gonna vote no on my own. Yeah.
Anyways,
there was an era though where a lot of people did like the mustache.
Then it went away here about a year ago, right? Oh no, you took it off, and then you grew it back up.
I can't remember the lore, to be honest with you. The mustache lore. Top Gun 3 will be out soon enough, and mustaches will be back. It's possible.
True. All right, y'all. Well, thank you again for stopping by. Join the Discord. Go check out Kyle. We will be back. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 to 4. Do you have anything? These are long ass stories to tell. Detached Arizona. She's like either complaining or super happy about this.
No, I think they're talking about something about a buyer's agent. I don't think they're talking about us. I think they're talking about.
Oh, I see. No. The long one saying these are long ass stories to tell. The last one, anyways.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's actually accurate. Buyer's agents will get a buyer to sign an agreement and promise them that they will ask the seller to pay for it. Yeah. Basically, that's how it's gonna work. Yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Any parting words, Kyle, or anything you want to plug?
No. I have nothing.
Nothing to plug.
You're
like afraid. It's okay. You're safe. Nothing is gonna happen. I'm not. This is not a goof or a gaff. Just anything to plug.
I've got nothing to plug other than go to the YouTube channel. Check it out. It's in the description.
You're so fast. Nothing's gonna happen. All right. So
he's holding a gun. You can't see the gun, but it's right beneath the frame.
What are you talking about?
And he's shaking. He's scared.
Okay. We do gotta talk about something. You know how you were telling me about that rash